was Heather Lambert. She doesn't fight anymore, but she was an early.
She kicked my butt in a tournament once, in a grappling tournament once.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
But since then, now we have this whole like crew of women at the gym. And I mean, like you have other women coming in from other gyms that are affiliated with Sityodtong and you know,
it's wonderful.
Training partners now where you didn't have that.
Oh, now I have like high level female training partners that are way beyond me.
Yeah,
I'm not,
that's
you know,
grown.
It's amazing. And just having those other women pull together and, you know, Kayleen Medeiros, Peggy Morgan, Erin Lamont, what's Erin's, is that her married name or her?
I don't know. I think it's her.
I think that's her married name. And you know, just so many. Tiffany McCoy, Diana Morello, like a lot of girls.
Those ones I don't even know now. Like
these are like good fighters regionally. Yeah, Tiffany trains with Matt Santos.
Yeah.
So
I met him and he's like, yeah, I gotta go. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, she's a beast. She comes from rugby. She plays rugby. This girl's a beast. She's amazing. Sweetheart too. I mean, just the range of female talent is insane.
Want to fight now. They all
they want to fight. They're real athletes.
Yep.
They're not just girls that are weekend warriors. These are like legit athletes. Like they can deadlift. They can, you know, they can put in the work. You know, and so it's a totally different ballgame now. I'm trying to keep up with them. And Fernanda Arahu. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Oh man, she trains with Jimmy Pedro.
Okay, now
she's incredible. She just did a boxing match. These girls are amazing, and so it's fun for me. Then we have girls coming up in our gym, that are just, you know, I really hope that me doing like this sanctioned Thai fight inspires them to keep going. I just want girls to know, like, it can, if someone's doing it, it can be done. So it's not out of reach.
It isn't at all. Not anymore.
You put in the work, it's not out of reach.
What's really great about it too, it's supplying new opportunities for women in the business too, in mixed martial arts business. And it's opening up, maybe it will eventually open up gyms that are solely run by women, for women.
I think so, but I don't know.
But I like the idea of training with the guys too still.
I was going to say,
I feel like
there's less it's weird. The more opportunities there are for women, the less it becomes about the male-female thing, I think.
That's a good thing.
I've noticed that. Like, I get taken so much more seriously now than I ever did. The more women that come into it. But if you eliminate half your training partners, it's like, that just seems foolish. You're cutting your opportunities in half to learn, because, you know, if you need to train with women because you compete against women, and obviously the strength differences and physically centers of gravity are different, the torque on the torsos, everything's different. You know, we're not built the same way. Hormonally, we're different. It's just two different creatures. But, you know, you're just really cutting down your opportunities to learn, to grow, and develop as fighters. And
I feel like it can, because when we talked to Peggy Morgan, she insisted on having a women's only class. And I feel like that it can allow women, especially women that are new to it, to be much more focused.
No, there's a place for it.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like, I think at the beginner level, because women are overcoming like a lot of confidence issues about being, and then too, if you're doing
full contact sport.
If you're doing jiu-jitsu, you have to overcome that comfort level of being physical. Like, you're gonna have a guy between your legs, or you're gonna be between a guy's legs.
Why is this guy crawling on my back?
And you have to kind of overcome those kind of things that happen in your head that you don't even expect. You don't even know that they're going to come out. You're going to be like, oh my God, freak out.
I mean,
or I have to be comfortable with this. Oh God, I got my period. And like, I have this guy, and I'm like, oh my God,
It's intimidating enough to start doing MMA, let alone with men.
And I do agree with Peggy. Like, I mean, she's amazing. I agree. There's a place for women-only opportunities.
Sometimes,
definitely. But I think that, like, ultimately in the big
100%.
picture, you know, you're really like cutting out like half the knowledge base, because
100%.
You know, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's very hard to like not be distracted by sort of like, 'cause my first training partner, I wish I could remember the guy's name. He was like a army guy / model or something. And the first class, it was like, you know, climb on the other person's back. It was in jiu-jitsu. I was like, I can't believe this dude is gonna climb on my back. I haven't even been in a date in 6 months. This guy I don't even know is gonna crawl on my take like 18 Tylenol and pack myself in ice, and then I showed up 2 days later. I was like, so you just have to kind of like say, like, it's a sport, you know, it's a sport. We're both participating in a sport, and that's what's happening here. And that kind of like healthy disassociation, I guess I like to call it, isn't kind of necessary.
But you kind of have to really kind of go home and think about it after you've experienced it. Even if you've done some of the maneuvers with women, and then you present the whole male-female element where you're training with guys too, and then you're doing those drills with them. You kind of have to get over that little. Maybe not so much anymore. I don't know, but I know for me when I first started, there was a little bit of that. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I think,
and then I was fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think those issues are more like when people are new, because like people aren't really sure what's happening here, you know.
But it's interesting because when you said you were like, you know, trying to like do what the guys are doing, and it's also important for I think that for women to not try and be like men, but be the best version of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So especially while this is new right now, with some women, I imagine it's very important to have it be women only, and they don't have to have that other, you know, stuff clouding their brain.
Definitely. Yeah. I think too, it's really what works for the individual person.
100%.
Like, so for one woman,
options are very important.
It might be more comfortable in a female-only setting, and other women, you might be more comfortable in a mixed setting. And I think like, I mean, for good or for bad, I idolized those guys. I just wanted to be a fighter, and I was like, whatever they do, I'm gonna do. And if there had been women there, I would have felt the same way. I think I was just like, I just want to be like the top guys in the team, and I just want to do what they do. And I mean, geez, when I started training with Kayleen and Peggy, it's like so starstruck. It's like these women are my heroes. You know what I mean? Like Peggy Morgan is like one of my heroes. I'm like, oh my God, she's taking me down. This is the coolest thing ever, you know? And so, you know, but those women weren't there in the beginning. So
right.
They were training elsewhere. They were training during the same time.
They were, but it was like different.
Everything was separate and like they didn't know who existed.
They didn't know I was there.
They were in their own like little place up in New Hampshire, and then their coaches basically at the time, I think, kind of preserved them. Like they were like, oh, okay, no, she's not fighting yet, and she's still learning and what have you. So she's not open. She's staying here.
Yeah. So there are women that have been in it as longer than me, but just trained differently. And but yeah, just the gender thing. I think, you know, everyone has their own way of dealing with it, and I just decided that I was doing an athletic. I was doing a sport. I decided I was doing a sport, and that it was nothing more than that. And if the guys wanted to make it more than that, that was their problem.
Right.
And you know, it definitely looked like I was having a midlife crisis. I will admit that.
I remember you talking about that. You had friends that would come in, like, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, all my friends.
And
they're so sweet and
through a lot, and you went through a divorce.
I was going through a divorce, and I was going through a very messy, bad divorce, and with 2 little kids. My daughter was.
And that's a big
2 years when I started training.
That is a big emotional deal too, like to go through that and still juggle. You had work. I mean,
I worked full time. I've worked full time.
You got the 2 kids. That's a full time, you know, 24/7 job.
Yep.
And then you're starting this MMA career.
Yes.
And you know, you get.
So I had to train.
And that's devotion too. And how? I mean, you were training. You were going like at least 3 times a week.
So for a while, what I did, because my kids were with their dad part of the time, so I would I would train Tuesday night. I would get there after work because they were with their dad Tuesday and Thursday overnight. So I would train 6 to 9, stay to the very end. I would train for like 3.5 straight hours.
Jeez.
Then I would go home, shower, get up at 5 so I could be at Jake's morning class on Wednesday, do Muay Thai, then go to work. And then, so I literally trained every single practice when my kids weren't there. Then I started taking them sometimes with me to the gym, and they would be off on the mat on the side, and it was just a complete nightmare. But you know, and my daughter would be falling asleep on the mat. My daughter was 2.
Shelley, we've talked about this. The idea of like this couch potato guy being like, woman fighting, I could beat her up. When he hasn't even do anything.
You know what's really funny about that is because we would have guys come in like that, and there would be a few girls in the class, and they would. You know, we would get towards the end of the class and we'd do some sparring, and the guys thought, oh yeah, they're going to kick my ass. And I think you were in one class, and I don't know if Eddie Saldana was teaching at the time, it was during the day. And some guys, and the guy, and you went with one guy, I went with another guy, or whatever, like, and we're sparring with them, and we just kicked the shit out of them. And the guys were like, they were like stunned.
These two old brides are kicking our asses.
These two old brides in here a lot.
And then I think Eddie goes, "This is what I love about this place. The girls are tooling the guys in here." But it was so funny because we didn't even know we were doing it. We were like, "Oh, okay,
we're just doing what we're taught to do.
Right.
Just do what we're taught to do." Like I remember one time I got to the gym.
So
I trained
funny.
every second that I had. I did my strength and conditioning on my lunch hour at work, so I gave up every lunch hour at work. And I became the crazy gym rat at my job. And I just, one night I was at the gym, and I think Marcus Davis or Pat could take one of the high-level guys was there teaching or something.
Yeah.
And I started to have this horrible pain in my side, like this horrible pain. Yeah. And I tried to train through it, and it got worse and worse and worse. And pretty soon they sent me upstairs, which wasn't like part of the gym yet. It was like where the fighters slept or whatever. Yeah. And I was like crunched over. And so Gina was like, "I'm taking you to the hospital." I had a kidney stone.
Oh.
They tested me. They wanted to make sure my appendix hadn't burst and everything. But then I was like, shit, I think I can make the 7 a.m. Muay Thai class before I go to work. I fucking showed up at Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And then Jake was like, "All right, you idiots, you better like bring it because this girl
was just in the hospital."
Yeah. Or I would show up, I broke my toe, I showed up with broken feet, broken noses. I just, because I didn't want to miss a training session. I said, I can't afford to.
Right.
Because I can't go when I have my kids. And so
that's the only time for you to do it.
Right. Yeah. So I had to be tougher than everybody else. And I had to just keep showing up. But then they would start coming. They would start coming with me and then sleep on the mat or.
Yeah, they were good. They were very well behaved.
Mostly.
They were.
Mostly.
I remember. They're still well behaved.
They just grew up thinking this was normal, you know. And then, my son would say in school, "My mom's a fighter." Okay. Sure she is. But yeah, you had to put in the work, and it was a lot, but it was fun. It was just so much fun. There's something so magical about that place.
Well, what's so important about the vibe that I've gotten from you and your mentality is you just haven't let other people's opinions affect you.
Not at all.
And that's been a huge setback for a lot of men, women, anyone trying to do something.
Well, not at all. I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right.
Okay, I mean, I don't do drugs, I don't have an alcohol problem, although I feel like I should.
When do you have the time?
Yeah, exactly. I drink between 2 and 3. I don't have any really bad vices. I'm a pretty good mom, you know. I mean, I'm not like the best mom on the planet, but I feel like I do my best all the time.
Right.
And I felt like I wasn't doing anything wrong, and I really honestly believed that I was improving myself and that would improve the lives of my kids. I thought being healthy is good, being fit is good, having something positive. There was a community at the gym. I was building a community for myself. I was learning something that might have a self-defense application to it. I just felt like I was role modeling good behavior for the kids. So I really didn't believe I was doing anything wrong. And most of my friends eventually came around once they realized it wasn't a midlife crisis, and that would come much later. No, like this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. But once they realized that this was something I really was passionate about and really cared about, they all came behind me, and started to really see oh, this is a good thing. And then they'd be like, "So what exactly do you eat? And what?"
Yeah, right.
What do you do for workouts and things like that? And they started asking for advice, and now at work they just laugh they laugh when they see me with a bruise on my face or a broken nose.
Because now they know.
Yeah, they think it's hilarious.
You should see the other person.
Yeah, exactly. And they just think it's funny now. And but tuning out those negative opinions, a lot of times people are putting their stuff on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a projection, definitely.
Yeah, they're putting their stuff on you.
You've kind of broken some barriers in other realms too, with people, and you're in an interracial relationship, and you've been in it for some time now after coming through a difficult divorce.
Yes.
You guys met. I don't know. You guys have been together for a long time.
We've been together for over 6 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is interesting because.
Were people also what are you doing with that too? Or?
A little bit. Well, he's a little younger than me too.
Oh, yes.
So that made it look even more like a midlife crisis.
Girl.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things that kind of would, out from the outside, maybe seem like I was going a little bit off the midlife crisis path, But, I had been, previous to that, I had been, I tried a couple of sort of romantic relationship between my divorce and my boyfriend, and things didn't work out. And then I'd had somebody dump me for training. You know, they were like, "You're always at that gym." I'm like,
I know what you say that.
well, how exactly am I supposed to learn this? Like going to the
And
like
it's either you or the gym.
Yeah, and I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, this is what I do, right? So I took like a year off from dating, really, honestly. I know this kind of sounds like, you know, this is real girl talk here, but I took a year off from dating, and I kind of did the whole like figure out what I want for myself thing. And I just, the first couple months were really hard and lonely, and I just said, you know, I'm gonna really just work, kids, train, and think about what I really want. You know, I mean, I had this bad marriage, and I had this even worse divorce, and I, you know, it was very messy, and it's still ongoing, messy, and I had some like bad, you know, romantic entanglements following my divorce, and I was like, what do I want? Why am I fighting? Why am I working? Why am I not just sitting on the couch eating potato chips, being a welfare mom? Like, it would just be so much easier. You know, I was broke all the time, but I was working. You know, I was like, what am I doing? So I just took a year off, and I really just, I didn't date anybody. I just kind of thought about what I wanted, and it really clarified things for me. And
How much more time do you have when you're not dating a person to really just focus on your things,
on
yourself?
Yeah, just, you know, I just didn't even accept any first dates or anything. I just kind of focused on what do I really want? What do I want in a person? Who do I want to be? I know that sounds very like crunchy, esoteric or whatever, but I just like, who am I? You know, like let's take a break. Like I've had a whirlwind 20 years, and I'm not a spring chicken. I'm getting older, and I'm, you know, late 30s. What am I doing? So I just kind of decided, you know, this is the kind of person I want to be with, and this is the way I envision my life going over the next 10, 20 years. I always think like try to make your short-term decisions based on long-term goals.
100%.
So I was like, you know, the next person that I'm with, I want to be like a person I really respect, someone who's athletic, someone that like respects me, someone that I care about, someone that's fun, smart, you know. It sounded like a really tall order. And the first person I accepted a date from after this like sabbatical from dating was my boyfriend, and he is a really terrific person. I mean, he's just all of those things and more, and he really honestly, you know, there's a lot of differences. You know, yes, it's an interracial relationship. You know, he's black, he's Hispanic, he's younger than I am. You know, but he's just like we're very similar. It's crazy. He's the most like me of anybody I've ever dated, personality-wise. It just feels like we're like very, very, very similar people.
That's so funny, because you're so like, I mean, like bubbly, but he's quiet.
Oh, in private, he's like Mr. Silly.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, he'll kill me for saying that. I'm shattering
John Tiffany's that way all the time.
I'm shattering his stern image, but he is Mr.
Gotta be a
Silly.
stone face.
He's Mr. Silly, and I'm the one that gets too serious in private. And I'm like, you know, he's the one. Yeah, but he's also like, he knows when to be like he's like a very like, you know, confident person, and sometimes I just need like him to be like the man of the relationship, you know, and he does that. Like, he knows how to have that balance of being like supportive and, you know, confident. And he has a son who's the same age as my daughter, so we had kids the same age, which I think has a lot to do with it. You know, someone his age might have not have been as mature without having a child, and we had a lot in common that way.
Well, you've already done so much and accomplished so much while being, you know, your only motivation. So it must be nice that, you know, sometimes you can just let it go and somebody else can help push you. Having to push yourself all the time, and you get burnt out. You get burnt out.
It's exhausting, and just like 3 weeks into dating, I took him down the gym. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna screen him out. I decided.
Let's see where this is going.
Yes, so I said, oh, I do this fighting thing, and I actually had a smoker within a month of us dating. But the week before, I took him down the gym, and I was rolling with Stan Savage in these little booty shorts and a little tank top. And he shows up to come pick me up, because I don't know if I had a car at the time, but I live so close to the gym, I just take the train.
It's a good test.
And he just, you know, he's very quiet in public. And he just kind of sat there playing on his phone and didn't say much. And then I introduced him to Eddie Saldana, because Eddie's Dominican too. So I was like, you know, I wanted to get Eddie's take on the whole thing. You know, and he's like, watch out, he could be a player, you know, whatever. So So he said, okay, well, and Miguel was like, oh, it's cool, all right. I was like, well, I have this fight thing next week if you want to go. He was like, okay. And so he showed up and he was like, that was really cool. It just never got weird.
Right.
Like, there was never like and he was just normal about the whole thing. And then, occasionally, he just would come down the gym, he'd hang out with everybody, he would come to all my fights, he'd help me cut weight, he'd drive me to weigh-ins.
Oh, you said about him helping you cut weight.
Yeah.
Story.
He's just, oh my God, I took this one fight on short notice and it was just 15 pounds in a week and 11 pounds of water. In 24 hours, which is hard for even
it's horrible
the guys to do, right? So
horrible for anybody to do.
The last couple of pounds were the worst, and so I'm crying in the plastics, and he's laughing his ass off, showing me the video of Cyborg crying in the tub while she's in her weight cut. So I'm kind of like, if she can cry, I can cry. It's okay. Sort of that women's solidarity thing we're talking about, identifying. And I'm like, because if she can cry this, and I'm sobbing, and even all the way up to the weigh-ins, I'm crying in the plastics in the car, and he's sweating with the windows up because he's hydrating. So he's pouring sweat, and he's like, "You got this, baby. You got this." I'm like, "I'm not giving up. Oh my God!"
It's like having a baby.
And then I was like, "I gotta take the glasses off."
You did this to me.
Yeah, you did this to me. And then I'm stripping off the plastics, and I've got my workout bra, and I see a trucker go by, and he's like, "What the hell is going on in that car?" Where's she going? And I'm like, so he's helping me through the whole thing. And then about a couple of years in, he was like, I'll try Muay Thai class. And
then,
he's
been doing it ever since.
Yeah, and he did then it became 2 Muay Thai classes a week, and then he was skipping out. He was going to school at night. He was skipping out of his school early to go to Muay Thai class, and he had all A's. He's very bright, and so that was actually really nice too, because he would he kind of really gets it, and not exaggerating. I'm fucking tired, dude. Yeah. So yeah, and I think it just really helped a lot, and it's fun. Sometimes we train together. At first it was weird.
Yeah.
I thought we're just such a good fit in this relationship. Training together is going to be so awesome, and then we'd get in a huge fucking fight, but you sucker punched me, and you did this and did it. You don't know what you're doing. And sorry, I'm playing with the microphone.
It's okay.
And but yeah, it's just been really great, and he is there. He's my teammate in his own right. He's part of the team. It's not he's my boyfriend. He's part of the team, and that's really awesome.
That's a huge transition, though, too, to bring somebody that you're, intimate and physical with, and then you're bringing them into your space.
Yeah, but I kind of like that. I don't
It's nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for all people sometimes.
No, but it's so interesting because this relationship, I don't feel like I need a lot of space, and we don't live together, so we already have a lot of space, and I think that, it's really nice. Tonight we're meeting up at the gym because he's doing the 6 and the 7, I'm doing the 7. I'm still kind of a little tired from the fight, so instead of doing team practice, I'll just do the 7. But we'll get to train in the same space together, and now I have somebody I can sexually harass at the gym. It's
Finally.
It's okay to sexually harass somebody there. So I can make all kinds of inappropriate jokes to him, and
that's awesome.
So it's really fun. But yeah, the interracial thing, it's interesting because
it's just the reason why I raised it, and I normally wouldn't, but it's just the climate that's happening now with
definitely relevant.
With new president going in, and some of the things that were tweeted and said, leading up to the election, and now all this sort of stuff, and there's this fear kind of thing happening.
Yes. We're afraid of black people now. They're terrified.
And it's just such a and I know from when I teach my boot camp, there was I have mixed, I have gay, lesbian.
Yes. My best friend's gay.
Yeah.
I'm just all over the liberal map.
People of color, people, nobody that's going to be deported, I don't think, but people are fearful of these sorts of things right now.
The media likes us to be fearful too.
What's that?
The media likes us to be fearful too.
Yeah, then we watch more. We watch more if we're scared.
Yeah.
I think, I've always been colorblind, just as a kid, so it's not really I had to overcome any upbringing. My parents, even though they might not have had a colorblind upbringing, they raised me to be very open-minded, and that's something they did really well. My dad was always, my dad was in banking, and he was always impressed. He'd be like, there's this woman, she's from India, she's got 2 master's degrees, she's so smart, why am I managing her? She should be managing me, They just very like, and living in Boston, which is a metropolitan area, and being on the train as a teenager, and everyone has different languages.
So multicultural.
Yeah, and I just kind of always felt like I was ahead of the times. Like I felt like the world's just gonna catch up. This is so stupid that everybody's even has these like, you know, it's a crude way of saying it, but who cares who other people are fucking? I don't care. You know, if you have got a boyfriend, girlfriend, a goat, whatever, have fun. And I just don't. I've always been like that. Having said that, it has been definitely an experience because it's a longer term relationship, and just seeing how people have reacted when we've traveled or been together. I don't even think of it anymore, but yeah, some people get very, very upset in public.
Really?
Yes.
I've experienced
that.
Like around here? Like
yes,
really?
It's shocking. Usually it's older people, so I don't get really mad. I'm like, okay, you might have been raised in a different era, and
it still like goes on.
But like, even like we went to Montreal, and there's a huge Haitian community there, and you know, like we got a lot of looks from people of all colors and nationalities. They just apparently they frown on that.
Do you think it's just the red hair?
I don't know. The red hair. I don't know. Well, about 6 months into the relationship, we were at a restaurant. We were getting this terrible service, and you know, I noticed a difference in the way we were treated. You know, and I'd had other romantic involvements with people of other nationalities and from other countries, and you know, before. So I have noticed differences, but I said, I don't want to sound paranoid, baby, but do you think that woman's being mean to us because, like, you're black and I'm white? And he's like, duh. I'm like, well, because it was the first time I'd raised the conversation.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I feel like she's totally being mean. And yeah, like we've had bad service in places, we've had dirty looks, and so I just hang on more and just start making out with him. Unbutton my blouse a few buttons and I'm like, come on, it's 2000, like, what, you know, it's the 2010s. Give me a break. Like, don't you people have television and cable, and even kids' TV shows have interracial relationships? It's like,
well, that's almost the same projection as someone telling you to not do something because they're not going to do it themselves.
Right.
Or it's like you worry about yourself. Get a hobby.
Yes.
I feel like people have too much time in their hands. They're worried about who everyone else is having sex with.
Exactly.
You know, it just seems like in 50 years it's going to be so quaint and funny to people.
Like,
like, really, people cared who you were married to or who you were dating. Like, it's just going to be so silly. Like 50 years from now, it's going to feel like a non-issue. And I just kind of like how segregation feels to kids nowadays. They just think it seems so surreal and unreal. Like, why would you have to use a separate bathroom? Or it just seems ridiculous. Now that you're looking back at it, it just seems ridiculous. And now some of the things that people are battling now are going to seem ridiculous in 50 years. And
Definitely in 50 years.
Everyone just has to catch up with me. I'm a forward thinker, you know, but it is, I mean, you know, there's cultural things, like he'll say, you know, whenever he says something that I don't get, because it's really just like a guy-girl misunderstanding, he'll be like, we're having what do you say, language barrier. It's a language barrier. I'm like, it's not a language barrier, you're just being a dumb guy. And so, you know, it is, you know, of course it's like a balance, but, you know, I think that people, again, it's people projecting their insecurities on me. They just, you know, I don't know why people even care. I really don't. I've always been baffled by that.
Me too.
It's like, what does it matter? How is it hurting you? You know,
it happened with my sister as well, where like she had 2 kids and she came back like looking even better. Like she just was very athletic and everything. Yeah. None of her friends really liked that.
Yeah,
that she was better, like
that she was fit afterwards, and she didn't even think about it. She doesn't care what anyone looks like, but that same kind of as people see you doing well, it's easier to not like you doing well than to do well yourself.
Yeah, well, it makes people challenge, like, well, why am I not doing that? But they don't see the sacrifices behind the scenes.
Exactly.
So, you know, like a lot of times people,
they're not willing to make them.
They're not willing to make them, and a lot of times people want to do like social things with me. I don't do anything social. I don't. I work. I take care of my kids. I hang out with my boyfriend, and I train. that's it. I mean, okay, I do computer programming as a hobby because I'd like to do that when I retire as my retirement job. But like, I mean, I just do like these things. So like, people like, what are you doing Saturday night? Or what are you doing Friday? Or let's go for coffee. I can't. That's how I get that other stuff done. I don't have a social life outside of the kids and my boyfriend and the gym. I told the guys on the gym, you sorry sons of bitches are on my social. You're my friends. Like, you smelly 25-year-old guys are my only friends left, okay? I'm like, you guys are my friends. I'm sorry, I'm a loser, but you know.
so cute.
I don't have time to hang out with my you know, and I love my friends, my friends from college and my work friends, but I try as much as I can to make time, but I can't do both. There's a lot of sacrifice involved, so.
Does sacrifice involve being an MMA fighter?
There's a lot of sacrifice, but it's like it's the same kind of way that like you sacrifice for your kids. You stay up all night when they're sick.
Yeah.
And you do it and you complain about it with your friends and you commiserate, but you do it anyway. It's like, that's how you feel about the weight cuts.
Right,
like, there's something just magical about surviving your weight cut.
Oh God, I don't even, I did it once and the girl didn't show up for a fight and that was what pissed me off. I was like, you mean I'm freaking starving and you don't even have the decency to say that you're not gonna fight because you got like some back issue that you knew like 2 weeks ago.
That happens so often.
And I'm like, nobody would tell us, and you know, I drove for 3 hours and I'm like, are you kidding me?
I fought once with a broken foot and a fever.
I was starving.
Because I didn't want to back out on the girl.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like but there's so much sacrifice involved, but that sacrifice is what makes it so awesome when you get to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like with kids, you know, but yeah, I don't have time to do any of that stuff because I have to sleep and I have to prepare my food for the next day and I have to train and it's kind of a boring, you know, life in a way.
It's a very healthy life.
But it's a healthy life.
It's a very healthy life.
You know, and if I have extra time, I'm gonna have to spend it with my kids, my boyfriend. Miguel has even given up so much for me to do this. Oh my God, he's given up a lot to help me with this, and the support is just unbelievable that he's provided. I mean, you know, I said to him, oh baby, I feel bad because he works nights right now. Like, I can get myself to Wayne's. He's like, are you fucking crazy? You're not driving yourself to Wayne's like you're some loser. No way. Like, I'm taking you to
I'm
Wayne's.
a part of the squad.
Yeah. Like, I'm taking you to Wayne's. Like, he never, like, lets me do that stuff by myself. And he's always 100% there to support me. And so, that's awesome. That's why when people give us looks, kind of going back to the interracial thing, when people give us looks, I'm like, what is it that the problem is? Because this is like a normal, healthy relationship.
Right, really healthy one.
So,
a real healthy one.
Do you want me to like, what is the problem? Like, date a white guy at any cost? Like, I mean, not that, like, there are lots of wonderful white men too. Right. It's not that. It's just that, like, what is it? What is the deal? I don't get it. It's just so, like, antiquated, you know? And
we're still battling over it, which is really bizarre to me. I can't even believe that, like, it's still an issue.
There's so many people,
you know?
especially in this country. There's 320 million people in this country. It's a very multicultural country.
Yeah.
It's like a country where it's like 90% one race. It's like 65% white and like 12%, but it's a huge mix in between that. There's different clusters in different areas. I mean, we're like the entire world in this country.
Country started too. It's like, what is the...
And just appreciating differences. Like, there are differences among cultures, but like celebrating and appreciating the differences and kind of learning from that. Just to be learned by learning about other cultures.
And it's fun.
You don't have to give up your own culture. You can be you. Like, you don't have to, it's not like either or. It's not a zero-sum game. Like, I really believe in synergy where, you know, there's something magical that happens by kind of mixing a lot of different cultures and ideas together. Something more than any one culture or idea on its own, you know? And it's just...
That's a great way of putting it too.
Yeah, and that's kind of how the gym is a microcosm of that.
Oh,
which is
absolutely.
one of the reasons why Seatong has my heart forever, because when I went down there, it was like, you'd have the Asian guy and the Jewish guy and the black guy and the Spanish guy.
And all from different walks of life
different economic backgrounds, different
exactly.
social backgrounds, different countries, different cultures, but we all love this one thing. They even let this old lady train with them. They were like, oh, let this little middle-aged lady, Rachel, train with us. And, you know, just
very welcoming.
Yeah, that's that's what things should
Tribal.
be about. People, very tribal, very like meeting on a human level. And that's what it should be about. Like, it should be about people meeting on a human level and just kind of, all the political unrest. Everyone here was a 5-year-old kid at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see,
we were all
see all
kids.
this stuff. That there's going on today. Like, we just wanted to play and have fun and enjoy each other's company. And now it's like this big thing where we're hurting each other in so many different ways with what is going on now.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
They don't want us to talk to each other, though. They don't want us to be doing this and talking to each other and getting along.
This is a good conversation. I mean, I think it's I've even had good conversations with people I really disagree with over these topics. And I think, like, there's a way to have dialogue about those things. And, there are tough conversations. Like, it's like, why are people afraid when Miguel and I are together? Why does it make them uncomfortable? Like, really, like, what is it that's making that person uncomfortable? And instead of me judging, really trying to understand.
Yeah, can you find anything? No, I can't find anything other than their own. They're somewhere along the line, something got instilled in them that wasn't their own.
Their bedrock belief, their belief system.
Yes,
that's not supposed to look like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they'd rather have you not be able to get married to somebody than change their mind of how
Yeah,
they rather change
but they're
your
not
actual.
They haven't even questioned it in their head though, which is really funny. And the thing that's really funny is, I mean, I grew up watching, and you probably did too, was All in the Family.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, that show.
Archie Bunker and Edith, and then
So racist.
and then it was the most racist show you have ever seen, but it was making fun at racism.
Yes.
And I grew up watching that, and that was my particular. And there wasn't very many. I grew up in New Hampshire. There was one girl that I went to school with, and I ended up being roommates with her later on. But there was only one black, and she wasn't. One black person.
Yeah.
Actually, there might have been two. There was actually two in my school. And so we didn't grow up with that. But I didn't see them. I mean, we did see them. They were a little bit different because of the color of their skin.
Right.
But they weren't different.